Guilt and regret kills many a man before their time. So turn the page, get off the ride. You are the author of the book of your life.
Funny that I'm only 36 and I got this going. White hair on my eyebrows. Now it's not like becoming a silver wolf has been an overnight thing. It's been going on for a while now. But anyhow, I'm not afraid of becoming old and dying, because when you talk about becoming old, people think about dying, of course. My main profession has always pretty much been a nurse. I've been an ER nurse for 5 years now, and I've seen a lot of death, I've seen a lot of things, and I know that it comes for everybody, so it's not a thing that scares me. Of course, the time we have is pretty essential, so you gotta use your time wisely and think about what you're gonna do next. And that's what I've been thinking. But that made me want to make this video, thinking about what's coming next. And for some reason, when I've been thinking about the future, I've also been thinking about the past and thinking about what I could have done sooner. I had a diffuser on the window there. I was thinking about making some really dramatic lighting for this scene like this. It's not like I'm afraid to become old and die. Really, that's too dramatic. Damn, man, too dramatic. Now, this is a backstory that most of you have probably heard already, but I think it's essential to this video for the new viewers. So when I was 16, back in 2003, I found my dad's old film camera. Now, that was the first camera that I ever took pictures with. Right then and there, I knew I wanted to do something artistic in the future. Till then, I've already tried painting, drawing, different kind of methods of art. And after that, I even continued painting and drawing, but never picked up a camera again. Now, when I turned 20, 21, something like that, I realized that every phone that I got or bought myself, I really wanted to try the camera out first, see what that looks like. And I was never pleased about the results that those cameras brought me. And that kinda just took me away from photography even more. Now, back 10, 20 years ago, I lived my life like there wasn't any care. My friends were my family, but in the end, there was always some care. There was something that I cared about, and that was my future. I always had that in the back of my mind, thinking that, what am I gonna do when I grow up? People always told me the cliche that you're still young, you got time. And I did all kinds of stuff. I was a barber slash hairdresser. I became a maintenance engineer. I did some industrial cleaning. Then I was a practical nurse. And after that, I became a real nurse. Well, a practical nurse is kind of a real nurse, but they don't have that many things they can do that a nurse can do. Now, before I became a nurse, I wasn't so lucky with the previous jobs that I had. And I'm not gonna go to those details any further. But I still consider myself lucky for trying them out, for trying a lot of different professions. But still, I got a small regret there. Now, I've said in my previous videos that my biggest regret is listening to too much of other people's opinions and what they think about, and making my choices on those opinions. But if I really think about it, my biggest mistake is never picking up that camera. Now, for the past 7 years, I've been the happiest I've ever been. And that's because back in 2017, I bought myself my first camera. I started to practice photography and the craft of the art. Just thinking about it, that where I would be if I picked up a camera sooner makes me regret that I didn't pick it up sooner, but not in a bad way, sort of. I know regrets are usually said that they're bad, but I know I did a lot of good during those years when I didn't have a camera. Even though I like going out a lot, I considered my friends as my family, but still, I did a lot of good. Now, you should live your life as you want to live it. You should try new things, but in moderation, not in a YOLO style, you know? Now, everybody knows that you only live once, but that doesn't mean that you should go do stupid stuff. If your friends are close to you, if you're happy with them, keep them close. Now, I'm 36, and I'm gonna try to say this with compassion. Keep in mind that all those friends, they're not gonna stick. Some of those friends, they're just gonna go places that you're not able to follow them, or maybe you're gonna go somewhere they're not able to follow you. So those who are really the closest, they're gonna stick through thick and thin, and they're gonna be there in the end. Right now I got like a handful of friends from all the 20 to 50 friends that I had back in the day that I hung out with in the city center, just, you know, having a good time. But some of them, they're not around anymore. They've moved, they've got families, they've done other stuff than I wanted to do, and we didn't really stick it out like that.
Instead of creating outcomes that take from us, let's create more outcomes that pay us back, fill us up, keep your fire lit, turn you on for the most amount of time in your future.
I am literally sitting on ice here. Anything for the shot, right? But what was I talking about? Yeah, having friends and having people around you and regretting stuff and doing stuff and whatever, everything like that. So what I'm actually trying to say here, don't let your life pass you by. I mean, you can have all that, all those friends, all that outgoing and having fun and stuff like that. But if you're into something, don't let it slip through your hands and realize when you're like 30 that, hey, I should have done it sooner. So don't just let it go through your hands or your fingers, slip through your fingers, right? That's the saying. Now what I got here is my X-H2, and I got this new vintage lens on it. It is a EBC Fujifilm 55mm f1.8. I'm taking some sample shots here. I'm trying to just figure out what kind of lens it is. I saw some sample shots on the interwebs. But yeah, I'm just gonna take some shots with this and show them to you at the end of this video. So I don't know, remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.